Alright, Bill, here's a video of the engine room. I'm sitting in the back portion by the engines themselves. What you're looking at here is your battery bank. First idea was originally to move those and put a tank here. The downside is access to all of these items and your solenoid, battery solenoid panel. Same thing on this side. You have all those concerns. So it would be so many things to move, it wouldn't be worth it. Now, the other side that I know that you would discuss is in the back there, on each side, but the only way you can do it is on both of them to balance it, and there's just honestly not enough room. It's too close to the batteries, as you can see in the video. So here's the generator straight ahead. Option number one that we discussed was to make it taller. That way you can maximize the amount of tankage, and you would move the discharge pump, the through hull, and the bilge pump there, and you'd put it right here. You put a diamond plate back, and you'd have it up like that. And then when you need access to it, you'd be moving this ladder, pulling it forward from up above, and pull it forward as I move back, all the way back here to this part. Doing so, you're going to block some of the ladder access, so you just have to have a secondary hinge support to put the ladder further down and down to the floor so you can get down to the engine room. The key though is you have to move the fuel tank from up above, or else you won't be able to get around the tank. So there's no enough room on the sides to do so. Second option, and the preferred option as we discussed, was you got all this space right here already supported and diamond plated, that you can put up to a tank as long as the plate and as high as this, the boards right here. So you can see my hand touching at it. And you'll be able to put it up there. It's almost like a step. So that whole area would be amassed by another tank. And then you'd be diamond plated on top, so that way you can walk on it, and somebody who has to access the engines or anything in this boat would have access to it. There would be no structural changes to the boat. They would just have a smaller, shorter ladder to access it, and you would access right on the tank. If somebody needed to, you'd just be able to empty the tank out, unhinge it, and pull it out, because it'd be small enough to just yank it right out of the engine room real quick, right through the engine hatch, and you wouldn't even know anything was in there. So those are the two best options. The other options that we discussed, anything to the port or starboard side, as you can see, there's way too complicated and many systems in there to access those spaces and to move anything. So as you can see, I'm just giving you a quick shot. You know, we thought about here, but as soon as you put a tank in here, everything, the bow thruster fuse, all that stuff, battery charger, everything would be inaccessible unless you basically put them on a platform to move it into the center to go behind it. You would do the same over here. So you move it to the center and go behind it. So it can be done, and it can be done within the price range, but it just is more complicated. And I'm going to go from up above. So as you can see, that entire board right there would be, that space right there would be where your tank would be.